Well, here we are at the anti-immigration protest. Howdy. How y'all doing?
USA! USA!
There you go. How you doing, sir?
All right, brother.
I'm reporting on this for the website Concerned Citizens of Coffee City. Would you like to tell us why you're here today?
Well, because we're seeing the destruction of our country by socialist Marxist regime that is in Washington. And it's not only Obama. I never did see Reagan close the border. I never did see any of the Bushes close the border. And this has been going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're using children to hide behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're hiding behind the children.
Right, and lots of them aren't really children.
That's right. And I'm telling you, man, they're indoctrinated in the gangs early, and we're going to end up with a gang problem out here. And these people today, they're nothing. Pelosi, Obama, Harry Reid, they're all instigators.
Mm-hmm.
They want to turn us all against each other,
Mm-hmm.
blacks against whites and whites against blacks.
Right.
And against the Hispanics, and they want to flood our border with people who can't afford to support. We don't have the job base out here.
That's right. We don't have the money to take care of our own people. We have homeless veterans on the street, and we have veterans dying because the VA can't pay to take care of them.
That's
and yet,
right.
What do you think about the plan that was stopped to purchase the resort in Weslaco and house the illegals there?
Well, I mean,
Par for the course.
We need to use that money to send them back.
Absolutely.
And all this money that they're spending on them to build a fence and along our borders and get border patrol.
Right.
And you know, their problem over there is political.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with we need to change, you know, affect their policies over there to treat their people better instead of sending them over here to relieve their pressure, you know.
And a large part of the problem is not only political, it's cultural, and there's nothing that any outside force can do to change it. And I believe that by importing thousands or millions of people from these cultures that do not respect a Republican form of government, the rule of law, and that sort of thing they're not going to change when they get here. They intend to change what happens here. But the bottom line is the people in Washington, and unfortunately it's a lot of Republicans as well as Democrats, people like Lindsey Graham, John McCain, what they are really, if you get right down to it, what they're trying to do is replace us.
Oh, yeah.
They want to replace us for the same reason the poet laureate of communist East Germany was named Bertolt Brecht. And when an election came out with results that the Communist Party didn't like, Bertolt Brecht said that they should quit allowing the people to elect new politicians. The politicians should elect the new people, and I believe that's what's going on here.
It is exactly what's going on.
Well, I appreciate you being out here as well, sir, and you have a great day.
All right, brother. Take care.
Howdy. I'm reporting on this for concerned citizens of Coffee City. Would any of you like to tell me why you're out here today?
This says it all right there.
There you go. How about you?
I didn't fight for them.
Right. There you go. What do you think the motivation for bringing all of these people from south of our border into the country is?
They're waking up.
Who is that?
The people are beginning to wake up.
Sure. Why do you think that so many folks in Washington want to flood our nation with people from other countries?
I won't comment on that one directly.
Okay.
I'll say more.
Okay. How you doing?
Doing good.
I'm reporting on this for the website Concerned Citizens of Coffee City. Would you like to tell us what brings y'all out here today?
My son, my daughter, and my wife.
Right?
I'm too hungry.
What's that?
I'm
Too hungry? Well, we're all getting a little hungry for something or another, aren't we?
You know, our military
But I
isn't
want to
our
eat
entire
them.
military, and don't take this as the wrong way. I support our military in full. They're fighting for my freedom.
Sure.
But they're also, every single one of them, in violation of the oath they took.
Right?
Because they all took an oath to protect this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Mm-hmm.
The Obama administration is a domestic enemy.
Correct. I agree, and I think
But for them to go up against that domestic enemy is treason, and then they are put in federal prison themselves.
Right. Well, and our law enforcement, our judges, our prosecutors all take that same oath, and I don't see any of our politicians who have failed to live up to their oath being prosecuted. Apparently, it's going to take what we have going on right here. The American people are going to have to get out of their house and speak up, aren't they?
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. I may talk to you some more today. How you doing? Would you like to tell the folks out in Coffee City what brought you out here today?
Oh, I certainly will. I'm Sheila Thedford, the co-founder of the Voice of Texas Coalition.
Great.
And I'm from the Flint area. What brought me out here today is the fact that we do not have politicians in Texas that are listening to the citizens of Texas.
Right.
We have demonstrations, we write, we email, we call. They ignore us. It's time for the politicians of Texas to either take care of Texas or resign and get out of the way and let someone else do it.
Right.
Because the federal government has just simply launched an attack through the EPA, everywhere else that you turn, the border situation. It is time for Texas to take care of Texas.
What do you think about the fact that before the current border crisis took all the majority of Border Patrol resources into taking care of children, that the majority of Border Patrol resources were far inland on highways that go east to west, harassing American people as they pass through
I
them?
totally disagree with it. That's not what they're for.
Right?
They're supposed to take care of our border, and they're supposed to secure it. If we don't secure this border, and we're not, no one in Austin cares about securing the border. If they did, it would be done. We have enough volunteers to go with what Perry has under his control
Right.
to do that.
Sure.
They don't want it.
Do you think that Governor Perry is serious about anything that he said about securing the border?
No, I do not, or it'd already be done.
Well, my first suspicion that he wasn't serious was when I discovered that just a few years ago he wanted to establish a healthcare system that would work with Mexico and called it a binational healthcare system.
Right. It's not just Perry. It's all of the politicians are in it hand in hand.
Sure.
It's not just Texas. It's all of the politicians, and they're not securing the nation. They're not securing Texas.
What do you think their motivation for that is?
Self.
Are they trying to elect a new people?
But I believe so. They want a socialist nation, and if you've dealt anything, read about the New World Order, you're going to understand that's what it is.
Sure, it is.
And so that's how they're doing it. They're just attacking Texas at every turn. They're destroying our resources, our manpower, and there are a lot of good people in Texas that do not want this, that have the jobs that they are doing, but they're not for it.
Right.
They have to make a living. They have to feed their family. As long as they can keep us down by keeping the economy down, nobody can afford to say anything that might cost them their job, and they know that.
Right.
So they can continue to do exactly as they're doing.
Well, and everyone has been trained to be afraid that if they say anything against what's going on, that they might be called the awful R word.
Oh, well,
Racist.
That and worse. I mean, if you
Well.
are a conservative, you have the IRS on your back now. So they're going to get you one way or the other.
Sure.
And they're going to try to make you fear standing up. And as long as we live under fear, we're going to live under their tyranny.
Well, what is scarier, standing up or what'll happen if we don't?
What'll happen if we don't? I want something left that's free for my grandchildren. And at the rate we're going, there's not going to be anything left.
Well, it's my understanding from the preamble of the Constitution that our founding fathers created this nation for themselves and their posterity, which means us and our descendants,
Right.
not for these people who are flooding the border.
No.
And I don't believe that the founders or their posterity would invade another nation and demand a free ride.
No, I don't believe so. And we're not against children. If
Right.
it were children coming across that border, but 80% of what's coming across that border are 23 to 30-year-old men who are already gang affiliated, drug cartel affiliated, terrorist affiliated. We don't even know who they are or why they're coming across. Well, we know why, but how they're getting across. They're saying they're children. They're not children.
Well, there are people that have it already been documented that have come across in that border surge. Some of them as far north now as Massachusetts, who are showing up at the local school districts claiming to be 17 years old and demanding to be enrolled in schools, and the law says they have to enroll them. So we have 35-year-olds who are being enrolled as freshmen in high school.
Right.
What could their motivation for that be?
I wonder.
Could it be to sell drugs, recruit gang members, and things like that?
Indoctrinate the children.
I know that guy. Didn't you used to work at Food Fast?
About 12 and a half years.
Right. How's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, nice to meet you, ma'am. My name's Robert Ray, by the way.
Nice
Hey,
to meet
Robert,
you.
have some,
Oh,
have
sure.
some propaganda.
Oh, I love propaganda as long as I agree with it.
This is a good group.
All right.
Rudy Wright of Right Way Services.
Mhm.
Our executive officer. I'm the post flagger.
Oh, okay. Well, I will definitely give that a look.
Good group.
Well, what brings you out here today?
I love Texas.
Well, that's a good
I
motivation.
love America. I spent 22 years serving this country.
Well, there you go.
I just forgot to bring my baby hat.
Well, when you signed up and when you served this country, were you willing to take the risks that you knew you might have to take in order to ensure that every person in the third world gets to come in here and get a free ride on our tax dollars?
Not hardly.
Okay. All right. Thank you. How you doing, ma'am?
Hey, I'm doing great.
What brings you out here today?
I'm here supporting the border. We need to secure it, send the little children back home and hope for their safety.
Yes, ma'am.
And just, I'm texting all the way and we need some changes.
Well, that's great. That's great.
So I'm here to support all of the good stuff.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Nice to see you.
So,
How are you doing, ma'am? You want to tell people out in Coffee City what you came out here for today?
I guess because I'm American and I'm against the illegal immigrants.
Right. Well, do you think that it's wrong for the folks up in Washington to be trying to replace us?
Yeah, it's wrong.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you very much. Would you like to tell the folks out in Coffee City what brings you out here today?
The illegal immigration.
And what concerns you about illegal immigration?
Well, they need to be here legally, not illegally.
Right.
They're going to overtake us, and we have to support them. And
Mm-hmm. And you know that, like, we don't know who they are. It turns out that we don't know what diseases they're bringing in here, and we're finding out as other people catch them.
the media thinks that, or wants us to think that it's these innocent children, and the only thing I've seen are the teenage gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Adult women, adult
Yeah.
Well,
Adult.
Well, let me ask you, in your opinion, what kind of a parent puts a small child on the top of a train and sends them 5,000-6,000 miles? Is it not a good parent? No.
Not at all.
I wouldn't put my children out there.
No.
No, they
I
want
want
their kids
grandchildren
here.
on a train.
They need to come over here legally and bring them with them.
Well, I think, and I bet you might agree with me, the people that are saying that we need to be compassionate about these children need to understand that how these children are being recruited into gangs, being exploited sexually, and all that sort of thing on the way here. And the ones who have had that happen to them, I don't think that it's going to get any better for them once they're here, because the people who are trafficking them are here.
Yeah. And like I said, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing diseases. They want to come here and live off of us and the taxes we pay. And I'm sorry, but I work hard for my money. I don't think that everybody should have a free ride.
Right.
My children work. I've served in the Army. My father served in the Army, and my daughter served in the Army. Why should our vets do without for a bunch of illegal criminals? They're a bunch of illegal criminals.
Right.
Yes, they're illegal criminals. What about illegal does not anybody understand? When you cross that border, that makes you an illegal criminal. You have broken the law, so you're now a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
And automatically need to be collected and sent right back to where you came from because you have broken the law. You don't deserve to be here. When you want to do it legally, I have no problem with it. My great grandfather did it legally.
Right. Well,
like everybody else.
I don't think it would work the same if we all climbed on top of a train and rode it down to Honduras and demanded to be not only allowed in, but have all our needs paid for.
Exactly, and why, and Mexico's giving them a 3-day pass to cross through the country in order to come here illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? I mean, who set that up to where it was okay?
Well, what do you think?
Set that up?
What do you think the motivation in D.C. for this is?
Something else to throw us off, to destroy us from within.
Well, they're obviously trying to replace the traditional American people. Why do they want to do that?
Because we have traditions, we have laws. We believe in, majority of our people believe in God. We believe in following the law and following the Constitution as it was written.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in working for a living and supporting our own. We believe in free enterprise. You want to have a business? Okay, you save up, you have the business. You pay your fees, for your licenses and your all your business license and permits. You have a business. If it makes it great. If it fails, okay, it fails. That is what America's about. Not coming here and living off of the government free.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that our governor is serious about the things he's saying?
Nope.
I don't either.
Why should he be? He's going out of office.
Well, he's running for president.
Well, that's
He's
gonna
already
that's going to be a dead issue.
Yeah, I was going to wonder if I could talk to you.
Sure.
That'd be okay. I'm going to grab a microphone and then I'm going to come back up here because I was finding what you were saying really interesting.
Okay. You gotta love it.
I'm not a speaker. You're the speaker.
Our little 3-person group here. We're Texas Patriots Unite and the rest of the Voice Coalition.
Right.
The
Right.
Texas Coalition.
Okay. Well, I'll stand back and watch while you get interviewed for TV.
Yeah,